First, can we have your name?
My name's Wendell El-amin James.
Nice to meet you.
Pleasure's all mine.
What can you tell us about your experience as a lifer?
My experience as a lifer is that I got educated. I went to university and I got educated. Life made me went from a kid to a grown man, and yeah.
How did spending time inside change your mentality?
Well, I went in with a attitude of a crime I didn't commit, and I still had an attitude going in. And over a period of time, I lost that because I found out that I was in a situation where wasn't nobody coming to get me. So I had to live a life and do something with the life that I was living. So I got educated, went to school, got educated, and I went into prison not knowing how to read or write. So I got busy trying to get an education, got education. I went in as well. I had a bad speech impediment, so I corrected my speech, and I got a double. I learned how to talk. I learned how to read and write. So I got a double.
What was it like, and what did you do when you got out?
What was it like in prison?
Mm-hmm.
It was hell. You know, I went into an environment I knew nothing about. You know, I went in as like I said, I went in at 35 years of age, a young kid, and it was mad at the world because I was involved in something that I wasn't part of, and so I was mad. I was angry, and it took me a while to get over that. I did a shoe turn before I woke up to that. You know, there's no need to be angry. You're angry, you're in an environment where you're gonna lose, and I lost doing a shoe turn. You know, so I did a 9-month shoe term, came out of Pelican Bay State Prison, went to the main line of Pelican Bay State Prison, and I realized that I had to do something else with my life, so I changed immediately. I did the reverse, and I started bettering myself. Like I said, I learned how to read, learned how to write. I learned how to read in Pelican Bay State Prison. You know, I had a beautiful teacher, Miss Heiser, that took time and taught me hooked on phonics. It works. And showed me my vowels and my nouns. And a couple of days later, they took me out of school and put me back in PIA, making tennis shoes. So I had to go to the canteen to get a dictionary. And by me knowing my nouns and my vowels, I learned how to read and write through the dictionary. Teaching myself, became autodidactic, self-taught. So I learned how to read and write with the dictionary. I kept the dictionary all my time in prison. I have binded 7 times in my 27 years, and that's what I got.
What piece of advice can you give to young adults and kids nowadays who might be at risk to go to prison themselves?
That's going into prison?
Mm-hmm.
Is to find yourself a safe place. You know, watch and be conscious of your environment, who you associate with, because it's so easy to get gobbled up. You know, the youngsters going into prison, they have the opportunity is short, because going in young, you're going to be sucked in. You know, the people going to suck you in. You're vulnerable. You know, they're going to say, youngster coming in, we can use them, and they'll put you to work. You know, if you don't find a safe place to back yourself in a corner to realize what you want to do with your life, you know, you're vulnerable. You're going to get sucked in. It's go to school, you know, find a religion to get into, go hang out with the people that's doing something that the other people are not doing. You know, they got the Christians, they got the Muslims, they got the Catholic, they got the Judaism, they got all kinds of stuff that you can do. Find something that somebody else is not doing and get involved in it. You know, stay away from that crowd. The homie's a clown. The homie's send you to prison for sin itself. The homie's been in prison all your life and will keep you in prison as long as they're in prison. You can go in with 1 year and mess around and get a life sentence. So find yourself a safe zone and go into that safe zone and be around people that's doing something that's positive.
And when you finally got out, what was it like?
Well, for me, it was my transition was smooth because I had family support. You know, I had a lot of people supporting me when I come home. So I came home. I can say I came home with boots on the ground. You know, because I had the support system. I came home. I was home a couple of weeks. I did an internship for a program in San Francisco called Bayview Community Service I did an internship, and I was there for a while, and I left and went to work for Tesla Motors after that. So I got a little money, and filed and got me a 501c, a federal state number, and I got a house, and I opened a transition house in Fairfield, California. So I did that, and that's what I'm doing now. I work for Tesla Motors. I got transition houses. I got a TV show in San Francisco on Channel 29. Come on every Saturday night on Channel 29 at 7 o'clock. I got a Zoom station for support, life for support system every other Wednesday. So I'm busy. I'm busy trying to give back to my people that's coming home from incarceration. So it's, you're coming home from prison, you can do something with the time that you've done inside if you really want to. And I say, you got to be busy coming home. You can't come home and just wait for somebody to do something for you. You got to do it yourself. If you want a job, you can find a job. People say, well, there's no job. There's a job. There's a job. If you want a job, you can find a job.
How did you come to know Nane?
I met Nani in DVI, Tracy. I met Nani through Juneteenth and Cinco de Mayo. Nani came in every year, and he supported our Juneteenth and Cinco de Mayo. And I met Nani through Juneteenth festivals, Cinco de Mayo festivals. Came in and he brought the education into the DVI. Dr. Childs was one of the professors that came in. He brought an education program. I went through the education program, Dr. Childs and Nani. And that's how I met Nani.
And how did you eventually become affiliated with Barrios Unidos?
Like I say, in prison. In prison, I met him in DVI, and I became part of Barrios Unidos in DVI, Nani, and I'm here. I'm stuck. I won't go nowhere. As long as he called me, I'll be there.
And how may we, as an organization, help others, or what were we lacking?
What are you lacking, Barrios Unidos? Nothing, not a thing. Just continue doing what you're doing, because people see. I'm a firm believer that people want to change, but they don't know how to change. If you give them something to change with, 9 times out of 10 they're going to take that change and change themselves to what they should be. Barrios Unidos are giving people everything that they need. They're there when they shouldn't be there. They're there. When people need them, they're there. Whenever there's a need, Barrios Unidos is there. They get one door closed, warden might shut them out of one prison, and they continue to go to another prison. These are warriors. They warriors. They got gloves. They fighting. They're not stopping. So the warden that stopped them in DVI, they didn't do nothing because they went to another prison, and they continue to go on. So what you're doing is continue doing what you're doing. Don't stop what you're doing. People love this program. Love Barrios Unidos because of the work that they're doing to help people, all races of people, not just one race of people, all races of people. So I have a multicultural metamorphosis. That's my program. I got Transition House. That's the name of it, Multicultural Metamorphosis. And I got that name because of what happened with Barrios Unidos in DVI. When they came to prison, they was helping everybody across the board. So I say, hey, wait a minute, Multicultural Metamorphosis. And that's what it was. Yeah.
And is there any piece of wisdom you'd like to pass on?
Yeah, is that, we don't know where we're going, because a lot of us don't know where we come from. Learn where you come from, and then you find out where you're going.
All right. I think we're good.